I think that, yikes, because I think that appearance is credibility, and not just like in a beauty sense, but more in like dressing well is a form of good manners. So I think that if you look good and if you present well, then people take you more seriously and they want to hear what you have to say.
Thank you.
Just to remind everybody, please make sure you direct your question to a specific cast member. Thank you.
All right, now we're gonna go to We Walk Tall.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Hello. Hi, how are you? It's my
Great.
pleasure to meet you today, and thank you for your time. My question is for Ms. Tiffany Black. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, you froze up
Hello?
just for a second. We can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. My question is for Tiffany Black. We know that you wear many hats, an actress, the host, a producer, and a script writer. In the near future, can we see something of you writing your own sequel?
My own sequel to House of Vicious?
No, another sequel of your own.
Oh, you will be seeing some more of my own produced work. I don't know that I'm at liberty to speak on what any of those things are right now, but yes, I'm in a process of like pitching my own series and being a creator of my own. So yes, you can. The works that I've already written and produced and directed are on my own little art gallery page that's on Instagram. That's called Tiffany Black Art Gallery. But anything that's not already out, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's not even worth talking about yet because things can just go so many ways. But 1,000%, I write like every single day. And yeah, just keep an eye out for me. But thank you so much for being interested.
Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it is going to be magnificent and wonderful, and we can't wait for it. And thank you so much for your time. Be blessed.
Thank you, sis.
We Empower Magazine, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Hello, hello. Happy to be here. So my question is for Roderick Williams. You've played in lots of different movies in various roles. So how does playing Kane different from your other roles? And what did you bring to that to bring that character to life?
Yeah, you're right. I've played a lot of different. The funny thing is, I've played similar characters in the sense that, you know, he's a guy that's kind of reckless. He shoots first, asks questions later. But the difference, and I would say the new thing for me with this character is there's a lot at stake right there on his plate. He's a married man, which is different. I'm normally the single guy that's coming in to break up a relationship or something like that. But yeah, no, him being a husband, a terrible husband, I would have to say. But yeah, that's the different element of it. It's a lot closer to home. But it makes for it's a good character. It's a great. I really want to see the development of the character, because when I actually get a script, as far as because your second point of your question, I don't really necessarily try to bring anything to a character, especially a character like Kane, because you can fall into a trap. He's just so wild and so just, you know, he's a live wire. So you can really lean in too hard. So what I try to do is bring the character to me to just make it real. So it feels a little bit more grounded for the audience. They get those real moments where they'll see something, you know, in the writing that was intended for them to, you know, have an experience and just really enjoy. So it kind of breaks that fourth wall, just bringing the character to myself instead of going towards it.
Okay, well, congratulations on your role. Congratulations to all of you all. I'm excited to watch it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. H.J. Ellison, Gospel Spotlight, do you have a question?
Yes, my question is to Tiffany Black. Tiffany, how has your role propelled your relationship in the industry?
Okay, thank you for that question. I love it so much. I feel like Raven is a lovely opportunity for us to see a lesbian, a Black female lesbian, which I have a number of Black female lesbian friends that I love so much. But it, I don't, because nobody expected for her to be a lesbian, it was a shock. And I think that when we've seen members of the alphabet community, and I say that with love, that it's been stereotypical. So for Raven to be just like presented as a woman, just be presented as a creative, somebody that loves hair, that's something that a lot of Black women can relate to. So to get the twist at the end of episode 1 that she loves her home team in a way that they weren't expecting, I think for me, it adds a layer of like relatability in a way that they weren't expecting. So for me, it's the first time I've been able to play a lesbian, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what they continue to do with Raven. So yeah, for me, it's another test of range, and I'm geeked.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tiffany. Thank you.
Thank you.
Interpreted Blanche, do you have a question?
I do. Thank you so much. My question is for Mr. Williams. Chantel just can't catch a break, obviously. So, the drama, the lies, the scandal. Clearly, she's not FNF. So, like you said, you've played this role 1,000,001 times. But this is a married man, and that's the thing that sets this role apart. So, is this the most despicable character? And if you've already answered the question, what is the most despicable thing that this character has done this season?
It's yet to come, to be honest. It was one of the last scenes I filmed. Just pretty vicious, pun intended. But yeah, no, it's I've played. There's actually a show coming out on BT as well where I played manifestation of the devil in the form of a record producer. So I've played some villains, but this guy, I love it though, because it's as an actor, you really want to have something that you can kind of explore and find new things and nuances, and you can kind of actually play around and mold it. So I never shy away from that. It's a good character to play.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
All right, Erica, Kayla, Lyric, and Kyler, real quick, can you tell us a little bit about your character? We'll start with you, Erica. You're on mute, Erica.
Sorry. Hi. So my character's name is Jalen, and I'm the publicist for the company. For Chantel, she brought me on, but I feel a deep affinity for her, and I look at her as kind of like a sister, someone that I just want to be there for and help, because I see that there's so many problems and I want to just take us to the next level. I'm no nonsense. So I want everyone to be a professional, be on time, and come correct. So I play no games, especially with Miss Lyric's character over there. But, so Jalen is the publicist for the company, House of Vicious.
Gotcha. Kayla, you want to go next?
Hi guys, my name is Kayla Eva, and I play Dana. She's a foreigner, and she was living her life at the poker table. She was hustling her own way, and this one over there, down there, Red, he comes in, rescues me. That's all the backstories. You don't really see that. What you see is he now all of a sudden can't have an open marriage, and he's kind of dropping me. And I think that because of the stakes that I have in this relationship, AKA my entire life, it makes me go a little crazy.
Lyric, you want to go next?
Sure. Hey, I am Lyric C. Anderson, and I play Tia. Tia is the office assistant / receptionist at the House of Vicious office. And, she comes across very disoriented, very distracted. She's coming in late to the office all of the time. And at first, we really don't have the knowledge as to what's going on in her personal life. But as the series unfolds, we see that she comes from a very complicated background, and she definitely has a lot of secrets that can take the House of Vicious down if we use them in the way she intends to deceive.
Gotcha. All right, and last but not least, Kyler O'Neill.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kyler, and I play the role of Izzy. Izzy is the makeup artist for the House of Vicious. She can be a handful at times. She's in everyone's business. And she also has a past that we may learn more about as the story unfolds. Chantel kind of took Izzy under her wing and has been like a mother / big sister figure to her. And so you see how Izzy looks up to Chantel, but at the same time, she's also trying to learn from Chantel and find her own way. But yeah, she's quite interesting and very much opposite from who I am as a person, personally, Kyler. She's a lot of fun now.
Awesome. And Tiffany and Rhetoric, I know you guys both spoke about your characters a little bit, but if you wanted to expound a little bit on them, feel free.
You want to go, Tiff?
Sure. Raven is the hairstylist in the House of Vicious, and she's also an old acquaintance of Kane, but she's not a fan of Kane. She also serves as Chantel's personal confidant and secret lesbian lover. And Raven is, I don't know, I feel like Raven is a woman that we can all relate to. She's a lover of love, and she wants it so badly that she's willing to sacrifice herself to get it.
My name is Rhetoric Williams, and I play the character of Kane, who is the husband of Chantel, the owner, I would say, and the founder of the House of Vicious, the company. And my character is her husband and part owner of the company. And a little bit of a rocker of the boat. I come in and kind of cause some problems like right off the bat. It's I mean, throughout the show, you'll see it's a lot of the dirty laundry is aired because it's a company, it's a group of people that are trying to keep this company at the prestige and the status level that they've brought it to. But at the same time, all their personal issues are starting to kind of come forward and come to the light. And when I say personal issues, it's a lot of drama, a lot of just nasty storylines that are fun to play and hopefully fun for y'all to watch.
Awesome. All right, now we're gonna go to Rolling Out Magazine.
Rolling out.
Rolling out.
I know Rolling Out way back.
I was gonna say, I know Rolling Out too.
What's happening? What's happening, y'all?
Hey.
Hey, what's happening? My question was for particularly for Lyric and for Kayla. I wanted to ask in regards to, because this is the kind of show that I love watching, where it's a lot of complexities and nuances, and there's not really like a villain, you know what I'm saying, or someone who is on the right side of things. So I wanted you to talk about the complexities of your role and what you're going to bring to it, how much fun it is to play in such, such a series.
Hey, so I had so much fun playing Tia. I think that she's a character that has a lot of layers. She's very complex and complicated. And one of the things that I really loved was that she starts out with the viewers not really knowing what's going on with her. And that really gave
That's the best kind.
Yes, that really gave me somewhere to go with her character, and it gave me the ability to stretch my acting muscle, because by the end of the series, all of those layers start to peel back, and we realize that this is someone that has a lot under the surface without giving too much away.
Urban Hollywood 411, do you have a question?
Wait, you want me to answer that? Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Well, I think that it's not too hard for people to imagine what you can do when you're in love. when you're obsessed. It's very pathologic. And I think that as long as you stay in the reality and the groundedness of it, of like, you're in love and this is your life, like it becomes like life or death. It becomes survival because I don't have a job anymore. My life is him. I think I probably cut off most of my family and friends to focus on one person. So I think that's what, like, I think it's, if as long as you stay grounded in these components, then it brings like real life. It's not a stretch to imagine, you know.
How much fun? I'm sorry. How much fun was it like to
Oh,
immerse
much.
yourself in such a character?
Honestly, it was like, there's a specific scene that hasn't come out yet, but this one was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you very much.
Urban Hollywood 401, do you have a question?
Hi, my question is for Rhetoric. There is a lot of drama in the series. Rhetoric, what's the wildest thing you've had to tackle in the show?
Nothing I would say like for the show as far as the story goes, because you know, as creatives and actors, I'm sure everyone is the same. All the other colleagues, all the other actors, they do some wild things. But I think with this one, it was a challenge because we had a really interesting shooting structure and schedule, and it was very fast. A lot of it was last minute, but we were what I was like pleasantly surprised was how composed and how prepared everybody was on that set and how professional it was. It was actually a really smooth process. I don't have anything that was like a challenge or wild, because I feel like anytime there was anything that was a bit maybe like new territory or something, it was everybody was right there. Like it was one well-oiled machine just moving forward. I said it before, it felt like a very safe set in the sense that Kim Fields, the director, she you know, she has a way about stepping into the director's seat and really grabbing the reins on that thing. And as an actor, well, I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I do too many things in my mind where I'm doing stuff that's not even my job, and I'm worrying about this because a lot of times, you know, throughout my years, there's times you get on sets and you film things and you kind of have to worry about other things, but you just felt safe in the sense you could just really just do your thing, just let go. And she was going to keep everything the way it needed to be. So you could just really have fun with it. So yeah, I didn't really have any of those, the challenges. Anytime there was any kind of drag wind or resistance, it was somebody there always just pushing it. We were like, it was a team, like, we got to get this thing going. We got to get this thing, you know, going forward. And it was a little spooky at times, but now watching it, I'm just like, man, it came together so nice. It was a really good project.
Wow, that's great to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good talking to you.
Thank you. All right, Rhetoric, speaking of Kim Fields, can you guys talk about what it was like being directed by her and working with Tammy Roman and Jill?
I would love to go. First of all, I worked with Tammy a few years ago. I was a fan of hers first in from the Bonnet Chronicles. And then I did a movie with her called Fall Girls. And from the moment that we met to watching her work, she is literally, and I say this for Kim Fields too, a master of her craft, because she knows what to do in the moment, and she knows how to take her words and study her words to the point where it becomes innate and it's in her body. And I love watching her work because she can literally be given a script in the moment, learn the lines, and then just snap into it. And that takes a lot of skill. And Tammy's been on the scene for a very long time, and she takes her craft very seriously. And I have a lot of respect for her and for the way she works, and just everything she's doing right now, from producing to writing to creating to giving people a chance, like me, like myself, like Tiffany, like, you know, calling us and saying, hey, I want to put you on, and this is a team effort. To me, it's been a wonderful pleasure and honor working with Tammy and being alongside her. Kim Fields is a beast. she literally would be directing. She knew from down to every detail. She was very specific on what she wanted, what she needed. She knew how to talk not only to the actors, but to the grips, to the script writers. She knew the script in and out. She was writing scenes on the set as we were going and coming up with creative ideas. So watching her, and for her to be such a veteran in this business, from almost 20 years in the game. It was an honor watching her. I learned so much. I felt like she made me a better actress. She taught me some things that I didn't even know I could do, which was like taking a lot of my skill set of knowing how to use my voice as an instrument and really just kind of pushing myself and allowing me to be completely vulnerable and feel safe. So I think it was an honor, a privilege, and just a joy working with both Kim Fields and Tammy Roman. And I can't wait to work with them again.
I agree with everything Erica said. And to add to it, when we were working with Kimberly Fields, like if after you watch somebody for so long and they make you laugh for so long, like honestly, my goal was to make her laugh. I wanted to make her laugh. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we shot Vicious as a 30-minute comedy, and it is being presented as an hour-long drama. And there's still funny moments in there. We can't help but to have those, but she's such like a comedic genius. And on top of that, like while she was directing us, like she was doing press for Upshaws. So she's like literally bouncing back and forth between modes. And when you see somebody work with like such intensity in both realms, it's just an honor to be there, and you want to be prepared and you want to like shine. So I really just wanted to make Kim proud. I've known Tammy for a long time. And I feel like of all the people like that I've worked with, like more than one time, Tammy's probably the most. We first worked with each other on When Love Kills, this TV One movie that starred Lance Gross and Lil Mama. She played Lil Mama's mom. I played her best friend. And then as a result of that, she turned Bonnet Chronicles into a series for Tidal. And she was looking for actresses, and I was like, I got time. And we had so much fun on that. That show's a riot. It still be funny to me. So when she called for House of Vicious, like, of course, like I want to play with Tammy as much as she want to play with me. And everybody that showed up like because they love Tammy. And I don't know if y'all audition, and that this is not like a flex or anything. This is like a relationship business, but she called and like we showed up. I was there and it was so much fun. And then you just meet more people that you love. Now I know Lyric and love her very much. I mean, I love all of y'all, but me and Eric have gone on to do other projects together. So when you open your heart and you want to be there to support other people, it only comes back that way. So yeah, I've learned a lot about like just saying yes to people that you care about, because it's only going to lead you to more things that you love.
I want to say, I mean, I didn't know any of those amazing women I auditioned, and I'm really used to working with men. And oh my God, how refreshing. I felt so protected. I felt like the women had my back. I was just like, it was comfortable. And Red is amazing. We had like, a couple scenes, and he never makes you feel any kind of way. So he's like one of the most gentleman men that you've ever met. But for me, it was not only a great acting experience, because I was literally guided. Women have a different way of talking to you. It's water. And I felt like I didn't have to do anything. It was great. So I really hope that I get to work with them again, and more women, and that more women are in these positions in this industry, because how comfortable, it was incredible.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback off that and chime in and say one thing. When you said the all women, I was so impressed when there was a moment on set when I think somebody mentioned it, and I didn't even realize it coming on the project, but it was women producers, women directors, women, it was just like powerful. It was good stuff.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of all of what's been said, that's so I can wholeheartedly relate to. I also had to audition for my role, And of course, I knew who Kim Fields was, and I was like flabbergasted. I'm like, holy cow, I'm gonna get to work with her. And I'm a little newer to the mainstream entertainment scene. I'm kind of more so known on the indie scene. So this was my first mainstream project, and working with Kim Fields, she really pushed me to do things that I didn't know I could do on camera. And it was so refreshing. I remember there was a scene that we shot and I came out of that saying, wow, I didn't know I had that in me. And she helped bring that out of me. And it was just like an incredible experience. And every time we shot, she would be wearing all of these hats, just to watch her wear all these hats, talking to production, and then taking the time to like come to each actor individually and have a real quick, brief one-on-one moment with us and be like, all right, now this is what it's gonna be. Boom, 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 boom. And then she would play with us as we acted out the scene, you know, just to give it some more. And it was just so incredible working with her. And Tammy was so supportive of me, and she always made me feel so welcome and safe. And I was just like, okay, I belong here. It was really incredible working with both of them.
All right, and Lyric, did you want to answer that question?
Oh, sure. So I actually had to read for Tia just because, you know, contrary to popular belief, my mom's really the kind of person that even if she's going to extend you the opportunity, because she does believe in putting her family in positions, she also wants to make sure you can handle what it is that she is, you know, offering you to do. So I did read, and she just really, the producers as well as herself, they believe that I was a great fit for the role. And, you know, I had been taking acting classes and working with coaches through the years just to really hone my craft. And it's something that I'm passionate about. So she knew that I had been working on it, and she just thought that it was a great fit along with the other producers who had to sign off. And, you know, so working with everybody on set, I just really felt like it was a space that I could be creative, come up with different interpretations of Tia's character, and I felt safe to do that. You know, Kim was an amazing director. My mom and I actually didn't have that many scenes together, and she really like gave me the space to come up with the portrayal of Tia. You know, Jill, who is the showrunner and creator, she's amazing. So I just loved that it was an all-female, in a sense, production behind the scenes, and, you know, along with obviously the other crew and everything. It just was an amazing experience, and I'm thankful and grateful for it.
Can I say, I didn't know until this very moment that Tammy was your mother. And
really?
I didn't know that, but you embodied the character. You played that character. Yeah, good stuff. Real good stuff.
Like, I really felt that I had to, you know, I never want anyone to think the opportunity is just being handed to me. So I really did put my best foot forward. I wasn't trying to slack in any way.
Oh, you was on it. You was on it.
I thought it was really funny when you said that line when you were at the Grand Cayman, when you guys were on the hike. And you said, I bet you're a really great mother. I was like, oh, that's perfect.
That was hilarious.
Ironic.
All right, our next question is going to come from Koku at blackfilm.com.
Hi, everybody. Oh.
Hi.
Hey, Erica, my Midwest homegirl. I've interviewed you before. Yes, and you know, it was a lot of fun. You were one of my favorite interviews. I do want to say something really quick though. You know, Lyric, I think that it's awesome that you're kind of downplaying that, you know, your mom is Tammy, but I think that there's nothing wrong with having a parent that's in the industry or having a connection if you can show and prove that you can do the work. So I don't want you to ever think that that's a negative thing, because I'm one of those people that I champion people that definitely can prove that they belong here. So that's nothing that, nothing you should downplay.
I do. I want to say something about that, because I think that in our society, sometimes many people in general get the idea that there's something wrong with nepotism. And I actually don't think that there is. I think that we need to start supporting that more, putting your family in positions to succeed. you know that they've been working at something, if you know that they're passionate about it and they have the skill set to do so. I actually think that that's how we change patterns in our family and put the next generations in positions to succeed. Because if you don't extend a hand and you have the knowledge and the resources to do so, maybe the next generation does not have access. They don't have the resources. They don't know the right people. So I feel like you shouldn't shun them. You know, you should actually bring them aboard so that they can now extend that, you know, more opportunities to the rest of your bloodline. So,
and I've spoken to your mother, and I've seen the work that she's done, and she is an excellent actress as well. And I know that she's worked very hard to be seen in the same way. So it's like, you can't say that she didn't work hard and that you didn't work hard as well. So I agree with you. Nepotism is never a negative thing. It's what you can do with that opportunity. So
correct.
Yeah, no,
And if
I'm
you're
with
working hard, I completely support it.
It's in fact, I think a lot of times it's an uphill battle because people are looking at you to say like, okay, so what's she gonna really be able to do?
Right.
Right.
That's
So,
another layer to cut through. Yeah.
Gotta prove yourself. Yeah.
I definitely relate to what you just said.
No, I understand. Because I put it this way too. Like, I'm from the suburbs, so people are like, you know, you ain't from Chicago, you from the suburbs, you ain't have it as hard. I'm like, listen, okay, I got to dodge the same bullet, so I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you know, life is hard for everybody. But anyway, I did want to talk to Erica as well, because like I said, I had a lot of fun talking to you before. And Erica, you know, as many of you may or may not know, this girl graduated from Juilliard, you know. So
Did not know that.
we got to big that up. It's not easy to do that. There's a class of very few people. That's a distinction that many cannot say that they've done. But I do wonder with you, I've seen you, I've watched your career, I've watched you act in films and television. But you know, I want to know, especially with your credentials as well, how did you know that that this show was going to be a really good home for you and that it was a great opportunity? Especially, and I love what BET Plus is doing. And I think that everybody seems really happy there. And I want to know why you're happy.
Okay. So I'll start from your first initial question was, how did I know that it was going to be a success? And I did. What I knew was that Tammy called on me, and I know that she has a very real respect for the craft, and I respect her for that. So I knew whatever it was that she needed me to do or wanted me to do was going to be successful because she was a part of it. And I knew that she was going to take it seriously and do the work, and she did beyond that. What makes me happy is that, because just like Tiffany said earlier, saying yes and trusting and going with your gut and following your heart allow me to be with a beautiful, wonderfully professional team. I feel like whether it was your first time on mainstream acting or whatever stage you were in your acting, everyone came really focused on the work, and everyone did the work, and everyone wanted to go deep, and we were helping each other and pushing each other, and the ego was checked at the door. So that was refreshing to just know that people were looking over their scripts and running their lines and like asking questions and wanting to, you know, figure out how we can push each other and work together. So that's what brings joy to me, is that we have a team of people who are really great actors and really great people who really just love the craft and are willing to do the work. And I think it's an ensemble like you've never seen before, because everyone comes from a different walks of earth, and we're all kind of new on the scene, and different colors and different sexuality and just everything together. We are together, and we really do feel like a family, and we really are excited and rooting for each other. So that's what brings me joy right now. And BET itself, I'm so appreciative of just the love that they've given me, you know, with the different movies and shows that I have on BET right now, and just giving Black women, Black actors, Black content a chance to shine. So I am all for BET Plus, and just grateful and thankful for the opportunity.
Thanks, guys. Again, cocoa@blackfilm.com.
Well said, Erica.
Oh, thank you. It's true. It's just from the heart. You know, I love us. I really do. So we need season 2.
Our next question will come from Madison J.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So my question is for, well, for everyone, and feel free to answer it if it applies. So when I was reading the plot, it has to do with narcissism. And as we know, narcissism is a condition that a lot of people with unhealed traumas have. So what I want to ask is, how does that, how it has coexist with your reality? Have you ever dealt with the narcissist? And if so, how have you implemented healing that trauma into your life and it has helped you become a better actor or actress?
Ooh.
Wow.
Jump in, if y'all don't mind, because I literally just got out of a toxic relationship a couple years ago, and I was with a narcissist. And, you know, it's very hard not to take on the traits of the person you're with. But, you know, I found that happening. I found myself becoming, you know, angry, triggering, trying to, you know, really just down, not myself. But what I learned, and first of all, you have to get out of that situation if you find that someone is taking you to a negative place and bringing you to a place that doesn't serve you in general. And narcissists, you can't really fix. You can't really tell them what they need to work on because they're going to just put it back on you. But I have been in that situation, and what I was able to do is channel it and put it into now my work, because it really did take me to some very emotional, dark places that I can now just say, okay, I went through that. It made me a better person. It made me realize who I don't want to be, what I can't tolerate in a relationship, and try to stop some of the toxic, you know, behavior. That's just my experience.
Well, thank you. That was very informative. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Huh?
No, I was saying thank you. And also,
thank
I'm currently in therapy for narcissism myself. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally joking. I'm
very vulnerable.
No, I'm just saying thank you for the. Not at all. Thank you so much.
I was about to say exclusive.
No.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, thank you. Have a good morning.
360 News editor.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Can you guys see me very clearly?
Yes.
Sounds good. Well, listen, congratulations to all of the castmates. However, my question is for Mr. Williams. Saw in the last episode that you communicated with your mother while in jail.
Right.
What I'd like to know is, we see in social media so many times about Black men being in trauma, having turmoil, and not being able to have successful relationships, especially supporting Black love. Do you feel like your character has redemptive qualities to be a really good person for a relationship despite the circumstances?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say absolutely. However, it's a slippery slope because for, I would say, people that are in relationships, that you have to be able to discern when to let something go, when it is, you know, a toxic situation. But I don't believe in that, because I remember you talking about the end of the scene where, you know, even there was the words were, how can you love if you've never been loved? And I don't necessarily, me personally, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think a lot of times some of the people that haven't experienced love or been loved, they have the most love to give. You know, some people that grew up with without parents, you know, in a traditional home with that setting, actually turn out to be some of the best parents, you know. So I don't necessarily, it's about self-awareness and individual responsibility. And once you get to a certain age, you know, around 24, 25, you start kind of figuring yourself out, and you start having a real awareness of self, and you can choose whatever. It doesn't matter what happened in your life, but you have a free will, you know, and you can take the reins on your consciousness, and you can channel that in the direction that you know inside where you're supposed to be going and what you're supposed to be doing and what you gravitate towards as a good person. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of turmoil you came out of.
Okay, sounds good. Listen, thank you guys.
You got to do the work.
All right, Urban Bridges. Urban Bridges, are you still with us? Oh, okay. All right, let's go over to American Urban Radio.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. My question is to Tiffany. What is it like working with Kim Fields as a director who's also a veteran and experienced actress? And what are any tips that you have learned that helped you better channel your character on the show?
Kim Fields, I think the main thing I took from her was like, how do I put this into words? Like I saw an authority in her. I saw that even like if other people like didn't trust her as a director because they've seen her as an actress, she didn't let that like get in her way. Like she just forged on doing what she knew that she could do. And I found that with being a multi-hyphenate, sometimes people don't believe that I write. They don't believe that I would sit, somewhere and look at a computer screen all day. And I think sometimes being a multi-hyphenate can like discredit you in one way. Because if they meet you as an actress, they want to see you there. If they see you doing really dramatic work all the time, they don't think that you can be funny. So I think the same way that like you can get yourself, typecast or box, I don't see those as a bad thing. The same way you earn the right to be typecast in something, you can earn the right to be typecast in something else, or you can earn the right to, shift in the same industry and do a different position. So this was the first time I had worked with her as a director. I mean, worked with her at all. And I saw her not question herself. I saw her like own her position, and she seemed very comfortable in the role. She was the authority on set, and we all like fell in line. Like I felt safe with her. And there's some directors that like you can kind of sense that they don't know what they want. And they call it like collaboration, which is a great thing. And sometimes it's not, but it felt very much like she knew what she wanted and she was there to get it. And we were there in service to her. And that's a very comforting feeling as an actor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pop Life Radio.
I'm here. Hello. Can you guys see me?
Yeah,
okay. Well, congratulations to you all on your new show, House of Vicious. But my question, actually, first of all, my name is Harmony Love. I'm from Pop Life Radio. And my question is for Rhetoric. So now I am a lover of television and film, so I feel I can make this statement. Miss Tammy Roman, she is a force to be reckoned with as an actress, okay? So you play opposite her as her husband. So how was it working with her on set? Now you got some sexy scenes with her. So were you nervous, and how did you prepare to do those scenes with her?
No, the sexy scenes, it's always I don't know if it was a disheartening or a disappointment when people ask about that, because it's not at all like what you're seeing on the screen. It's very technical. It's completely different. Everything's dissected and moment by moment. We're trying to get it to look a certain way and all that. My moments of, I would say, awe working with Tammy were the intense arguments we had back and forth. And it was, as an actor, you're the person in the scene, your scene partner is essentially your lifeline. You guys are out the ocean, basically. And you're in there, and there's so many times she can just give you a look and it will just level you and ground you into that moment. And you're like, yep, we're here. This is what's happening. We're talking about whatever. You look at it, and she's just so turned on in the scene all the time. It was just really great working with her. She's a strong, strong actress.
Definitely she is. Definitely she is. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
You don't want to ask me about my steamy scenes with Tammy?
Oh, well, go look, Tiffany. Give me what you
Okay.
got. Give me what you got. Go ahead, tell it, spill it now.
Listen, the one that I had was hilarious. I decided to chew gum in the scene. I wanted to so bad. I asked him, I was like, I just feel like it's gonna add to my attitude if I chew this gum in the scene. She was like, fine, Tiffany, have it. And then obviously I'm like supposed to go down on Chantel. And she was like, you gonna do it with the gum in your mouth or what, lady? We had to redo it several times because I kept forgetting to spit the gum out. So
Oh, okay.
there was that. All of my
I
scenes were
love,
hilarious.
Tiffany, I love how you pulled it out right before you went down.
And that, literally that.
That's a moment.
It was remembering to do it, especially because the audience doesn't know that that's coming. So yeah, it came together, but it was hilarious on the day.
Okay, thank you.
New Lanta.
Hi there, Camille Paul, also known as Millie Rock with New Lanta Online. First of all, congratulations to everybody, for being part of this show. It looks like a really dope entertainment piece. So I have a question for Erica, Miss Peoples. Being and playing the publicist of a fashion house designer, how has this given you a new appreciation of fashion or like a new view of the fashion world?
Well, Erica personally has always had an appreciation for fashion. I think, it takes a very creative eye to really assess a woman or a person and just bring their personality to life. As far as Jalen is concerned, her backstory for me is that she is right where she belongs. Like, to me, if you notice, every single outfit she has on, she dresses to the nine. She comes in, she's complete from head to toe, and she is representing fashion because she is the publicist and she is, she's in the public eye and she's the one that talks to everyone. So I think fashion is everything of who Jalen is. And even though she's not Chantel, she's the representation of Chantel. In fact, there's a line that I say where I say, I'm the gatekeeper. So, you have to get through me to get to House of Vicious. That's the way Jalen looks at it.
Yes, it's kind of like giving like a little bit of like the melanin version of The Devil Wears Prada. So how were you able to kind of like tap into that?
Yeah. You're asking me a question. How have I been able to?
Yes.
I feel like actually the writing, it had a lot to do with how Jalen presents herself, the way she talks, the way she carries herself. Also the costume designers, everything they put me in just made me feel like I can relate because I felt like a professional. I felt and looked like a professional. So it was pretty easy when you have a great team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Life in entertainment.
Hello, hi, how you doing? I am Gina Hills of Life and Entertainment, and it is such a blessing to be on this beautiful panel. So my question to you all would be, each role plays, it challenges each character. So what are ways that you all were able to like snap back into your own individuality after conveying such an intense role?
I was either Kayla or where's the other? Yeah, someone that hasn't talked in a while.
Kyler should answer that. I think you should answer, Kyler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so my character, Izzy, the makeup artist, she's very over the top. She's very polar opposite from how I am. And just to kind of piggyback off of what Erica said, what helped me jump into that character of fabulousness and being over the top and, extreme fabulosity was the hair, makeup, and costume. So when I put that outfit on and everything was done and I looked, I'm like, okay, now I'm Izzy. And then I just let go of Kyler completely. And that was what enabled me to like really deliver and be in character. But the moment it all wiped away, then it was like, oh, I'm me again. So for me, it was just when I was out of costume and hair and makeup and back into my regular Kyler look, it was like, all right, I'm my regular self again. So I guess for me, it was kind of all of the aesthetics, I guess. You know, like when Spider-Woman or Spider-Man puts the suit on, they're the superhero. But then when it comes off, they're just their regular self.
I love all your clothes on the show.
Me too.
They were kind of cute, right?
They're very cute.
They were fabulous.
You're fierce. Thank you.
Emmanuel, Eline TV Media.
I don't know what's happening. Was somebody else going to answer the question or okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think we're next, right?
Oh,
Is it the
should I
next?
go?
No, you're good.
Okay. All right. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? Congratulations on such a complex show. So I have two questions. My first question is for Miss Eva. So my question for you, Miss Eva, is how is it for you to play the role as a side piece to Kane, being in the perspective of not being African American, and that stereotype that comes with that side piece role, and then you carrying the weight of being non-African American? How's that for you?
Well, I grew up with Africans back home, Arabs. Like I grew up with a lot of Latinos. I'm not American, so I feel like maybe I'm not judging it, and I think that's just helping me. Like, of course, like let me say, I think even just being a white person around Black people, I'm gonna be judged by white people. I'm gonna be judged by Black people. I'm gonna be judged no matter what the fuck. You know what I mean? So I'm not even worried, or if somebody's gonna have something to say, they're gonna have something to say. So as far as racial stuff, I'm not saying that there's no stereotypes. I'm just saying like, it's not my business. And when it comes to being the side chick, I can't judge my character either. Like, I have to understand why you get to do why would I actually be complacent with being a side chick instead of the main chick? Could be that I don't believe in men being faithful from my childhood. It could be that in this specific situation, I think it was very convenient, and I think I've been lied to. I think that Kane was like, oh no, my wife is completely fine. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, then they're not really in love, then I'm not doing anything wrong. And that's how it starts. And once you get caught up in it, you're just caught up in it.
Okay. All right, great. You're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
And Mr. Williams, my question for you, being a Black male myself, how important is it to you to embody the character's dark side while also displaying his light and giving hope to him overcoming some of his demons?
I think that just speaks to men in general, because as men, we have a masculine energy that can be destructive at times if it's not kept in check. And it's kind of, it goes back to a question I was answering earlier about just kind of knowing yourself and knowing your capabilities. And what I like about this last episode, he actually had a scene where he went and visited his mother in prison, and he was saying how he knows the way they are and how they come. So once you start understanding things like that, that's for all men in general. Just knowing yourself as a masculine energy, that you have different sides to you. So you have different elements you can be, and that comes with age, that comes with growth. Understanding your softer side, your more nurturing side, your more understanding side. You a lot of times, you'll be in situations you don't need to be calling it what it is and calling the shots. You need to actually just shut up and listen and just be there to absorb some information. And so I think that's more of just a man thing in general. I don't think that necessarily plays to any particular race or group of people that's looking at it from that element. But it definitely is important for young Black males, I would say so. And that's what I love about portraying characters that are conflicted and that are dealing with things, because we all are. And when you watch things, even though it's a lot of times it's escapism and it's a pastime, but you're absorbing, things. It's important, the type of music you listen to, the type of books that you read, the type of television shows and the movies that you watch, because there are messages that are going in there. And whether it's like you're seeing what not to do, you're seeing what you could do, how things will play out, because you can see how it goes. When you come into a fork in the road or you're facing a certain situation, you remember, yeah, that's not the way, that's terrible. That I don't like how that played out. So it's there's a lot of lessons. So I kind of like playing characters that you can find the humanity in, even if they're flawed, because myself included, and everyone on this planet, we all have those trials, tribulations, and flaws that it's good to see characters that can reflect that, and then they can kind of come through and find the light, like you say, and the good side of yourself.
Well, again, congratulations to you all. Thank you for having me here. You all are doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, Ben Worthy.
Hey guys, I'm Ebony Kiera with Ben Worthy Media. How y'all doing today?
Hey.
Hey. All right, so basically my question is, with Black women obviously high key dominating this industry now, we have obviously directors like Kim Fields and like Katori Hall behind P Valley. With this culture and Black girl magic being amazing at this time, how do you, what makes you guys most proud about being Black women pushing this culture forward in the movie industry, in the shows and all of it?
I'll answer. I feel like I'm inspired by the executive producers of this show, because originally we weren't slated to be on BET. Like, we were supposed to be on a completely different network. And when that didn't work out for reasons unknown to me, they did not give up on the show. And there's so many things and so many factors that can come in the way of you having an idea for something that starts on a blank page, right? Starts with nobody else's ideas but your own, to the point of getting it to a place where the masses can actually watch it. It's a lot that goes on. And we shot this more than a year ago, to the point to where I'd be watching the show like the audience, and I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'll be in it. I'd be like, oh, we did that, okay. And they didn't let go of it. So for me, I'm inspired that this show is low key the little engine that could. And it inspires me to one, know that God is in control. And as long as he says yes, nobody else can say no. Because this show, so many other things for me were supposed to be a thing, and they weren't. And it felt like Vicious was low-key effortless because I didn't have to audition. This didn't come through my agents. Even when it didn't work out where it was originally supposed to go, it still ended up on a great network. So it's, for me, just inspiring to know that if you feel something and you believe in a project, just keep going, keep going past all of those no's, because if it's going to be here, if it's supposed to be here, then it's going to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. And also, I love how multidimensional we are as women, as Black women. At the time when production was starting, before my mom asked me to read, I was studying for the LSAT. I'm currently in law school. So at that time I was studying for the LSAT, and acting in the project wasn't really a priority for me, because obviously my whole thought process was law school, law school, law school. And, she asked me to read, and she, in a sense, she begged me, because I think what she was trying to get across to me is that you can do multiple things. You can be a multifaceted woman in society who is expressing herself in art, who also is working on a law degree. You can bring all of those together. And I'm really happy that she did that, because it helps me to see things in a bigger realm and know that I can embrace all of my talents and skills and abilities as a Black woman.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that for sure. I think it's also having a reference and being able to physically see Black women being multifaceted and having the discipline and putting in the work to make it happen. So it's not just saying I'm gonna do it and just kind of putting it out there, but it's taking the time to pay attention to detail, to study your craft, to pick the right people, to manage the energy in the space, to be the director, to, you know, orchestrate. It's kind of like a full orchestra where we have women who are conducting production sets and not just acting, not just writing, but have their hands in everything. And it's really inspiring to have the actual vision of someone doing it and not just thinking it and talking about it and then they're not seeing.
Period. Well, thank you so much, ladies. I wish you guys nothing but success, and the show is definitely fire. I had to re-download on BT Plus for that, so
but it's on BET, it's not BET Plus, it's on actual BET.
See, I don't even have that channel, so I had to download the app all over again. So, but it's an amazing show nonetheless.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Pamela at Roku.
Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all. This is a really exciting show. There's a lot going on, and my thing is joy. So I always try to find the joy in everything. And you'll see, I mean, what I've seen is that there's certain levels of joy that are kind of toxic, a little malicious, people getting joy out of other people's pain. But I also think that there has to be some level of character connection that we have. So I have questions specifically for Rhetoric and Kayla. And my question is, how can the audience empathize and connect with a character that we may love to hate? And when might we see this side of them?
I want to know the same thing. I want to see that side too. That's
so there's no sides.
That's for the writers. But no, I think it's a thing where you don't necessarily have to root for what somebody's doing or their actions to care about them as a person. I mean, we all have, I'm sure, friends or family members where it's the term you can't get right. They just keep, and you're just like, you still find ways to care about people because when you're close to them, you start seeing the humanity in them. And I think as the show unfolds and, God willing, we keep this thing going, you get to see more and more of the that human, the softer side, the more vulnerable side, the more personable, relatable side of Kane. Because right now I feel like he kind of just hit the ground running coming in, and he's in fight or flight mode. And it's from whether it's the business, the relationship, to putting out fires on his own right, to, whatever, but it's just fight, flight, fight, flight. You're not really seeing him kind of slow down and take a breath and, crack a smile and be a person.
I think the writers, if they wanted me to look like a complete hoe, they would have. They didn't, clearly, because they gave me backstory. They made it that I was independent. They made me give him back his ring, literally. That's the last episode that you saw. Sure, I'm a little flirtatious, but take your ring back and I'm leaving. I'm not staying here, whatever, trying to do anything. And then it shows that he told me he had an open marriage. So I didn't think I did anything wrong. So just because they did that, I don't think they wanted me portrayed completely as a villain. And I think that's a smart thing to do, to have the villain, to be able to empathize with it. Now, if they wanted to do it otherwise, that would have been their choice. So it's all on the writers.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When in doubt, blame the writers.
I'm giving them credit. I was
just gonna say, I give the writers a lot of credit. I think they did an amazing job with writing these twists and turns.
Definitely.
The drama, and I love the show, and even though I'm on it, I love it.
I enjoy it.
Black Truth. From Black Truth.
Me? You guys see me?
Yeah.
How you guys doing over there?
Good.
Congratulations on the show. You guys kind of touched on it. I know Lyric touched on it when she was reading. She said that she had the space to develop her character. But this question could be specifically to her, to any of you guys. Did you guys see any development in your character that exceeded your expectations, or that kind of gave you some surprises where it gave you more leeway to bring more of your personality in it, or to kind of take a different direction from other roles that you may have had in the past? So I kind of heard Lyric talk about it, so she can answer it, or any of you guys wanted to kind of piggyback and elaborate on that also too, feel free.
I think for me with Raven, especially watching it back now as a consumer, I'm like yelling at the TV because I want her to stand up for herself. Like Chantel says some pretty gruesome things to her. And sometimes like she'll, double back and take them back. But I think like the thing that I had to really step outside of Tiffany, because my mouth can be a little slick, is really like understanding why somebody would accept that in a relationship. And it allows you to like just fall back and be vulnerable and realize that some things just aren't worth fighting for. I think that Raven puts her own feelings for Chantel before defending herself. Like she wants to be with her more than anything else. So she's willing to accept a little bit of toxicity that like Tiffany wouldn't. So when she would want to say something, she just doesn't, and she lets Chantel get it out. And I think that that's a part of loving somebody, is loving them when things are fantastic and when everything is a success, and then loving them when you know that like they're not at their best and they're saying things that they don't mean because you want to be with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I heard Mr. Williams talk about that too with his character, that he kind of go at it organically and that he don't kind of bring anything into his new character and let it develop. So, I understand that. And I heard you also talk about the series was 30 minutes as a comedy. So just the adjustments from that, and you guys working with veterans and professionalism, I think it speaks to you guys, great work on the show. So congratulations on that to all of you guys. And I look forward to watching every episode of it. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that is all the time we have today. Thank you so much, Press, for joining us. Erica, Tiffany, Kayla, Rhetoric, Lyric. I think we lost Kyler. But thank you guys so much for your time and giving us great.
I'm still here. Thank you.
I had a question, but thanks for having me. Diva TV magazine, Miss Mercedes.
No. Ask the question.
Go ahead, Mercedes.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Go ahead, Mercedes. We didn't see your outlet name, so go ahead.
I apologize. I don't know how to use my Zoom. Okay, it's a real quick, fun question. It's for everybody. Like, where were you guys at? Where were you at? What were you doing when you got the call that you received your roles for this great movie on BET?
Studying for the LSAT.
I know, I encourage you because it was going to be okay. But like everybody, can you guys tell me, where were you at? Was you butt naked? Was you drinking? Was you?
So just like we all did the introductions and all that, we can just go around one at a time if you want and close it out with that. Everybody's
Okay.
answer.
I'm gonna kick it off. My bad, Red. My bad, Red.
Go.
So I was actually at my mama's house. I was in Cincinnati, Ohio. They don't know this, but I was in Cincinnati, Ohio at my parents' house when I actually auditioned for the role. It was on a Wednesday, and I got my agent hit me up like, yo, you need to talk to this person. So had a phone call, did the audition on a Zoom call, and then that night around like midnight, my agent hit me up saying, hey, they want you. And I was like, what?
The same day?
Yeah, that night. It was very
wow,
late.
Congratulations. Awesome.
I think I was doing an audition for something else, but me and Tammy be texting anyway. So like, I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna be on BET. I didn't know where it was gonna end up, but I was just like, yeah, girl, just send me the stuff. Let me know. Like it was kind of passive. I didn't know that it was gonna be such a big deal. I was just trying to see Tammy. So yeah, it was like real passive for me.
Wow.
I was helping my friend do a self tape, and my agent called me. So I was like, yay! Middle of the pandemic, not much to do.
Girl, like, yes, I did it.
I was actually filming. Surprisingly, I was filming a lot during the pandemic, but I was on set filming another project, and my agent he pops in on set, different projects here and there, and he had told me about it. We actually, Tammy and I have the same agent, Erica. Well, I think Erica, you're still with me. Yeah, I think we all had the same rep, and I think they were cooking some stuff up. Tammy was telling him about it. Obviously, that's her representation. So he presented to me while I was on set with another project, and yeah, I was all on board. Of course, I met Tammy a couple times briefly, very familiar with her and her work, and yeah, had absolutely no reservations. And I would say for you in law school, you said you was studying for the LSAT. It's fun. My twin sister's actually a practicing attorney, and I was going to mention this earlier when you're saying, because that's crazy. You know, you're filming and then you're doing law school as well, but it's actually beneficial to do things that are opposite of what you're doing. It helps you out. It helps you in both areas. And because law school is tough. You know, my sister, I got a twin, like I said, my twin sister, she went through that whole thing, and she was saying that that was really beneficial for her, where she would just go and do something that was completely opposite to what she was doing in law school. And it helps you in both areas. Surprisingly, I don't know.
Wow. Awesome.
I was actually on set for All American, and I got a text.
Oh, okay. Work with Karima. Me and her grew up together, Karima Westbrook.
Oh, really? I love her. She's great. Yeah, so I was playing Mo in All American in that character, and Tammy texted me and was like, hey, I need you. I was like, whatever you need, I got you. And that's how it happened. And I couldn't wait. I was like, just let me know the time and place and I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Eric, I love your performance in All American. Like when I was watching it, I was like, oh,
Thank you. Thank you. I loved that character. I really did. I love Jalen though. Jalen.
It looks like you love that character.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Is that everybody?
Yeah, that's everybody.
Oh.
Okay, well, thank y'all so much for being a guest on Diva TV Magazine. May God continue to bless you, and we'll see you on many networks to come.
Oh, thank you. May God bless you. Thanks for chiming in at the last minute. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thank you, Craig Agency, for the opportunity, and Cree-Preg. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all have a good weekend.
You too.
We jumping off? We all jumping off, right?
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Nice to see you guys.
Thanks, Vaughn. Thank you guys. Bye.